Hey, welcome to Lifehacker. Today we're going wireless.
We're going to be looking at how to make a homemade battery out of an Altoids tin.
We're going to set up multi-room music streaming.
We will be putting together a homemade charging station for all your devices.
We're going to boost your router's Wi-Fi signal with some software.
And some do-it-yourself options.
We're going to set up wireless printing.
And of course, the downloads of the day.
So let's get started.
Your gadget is just going to run out of battery life. It's a fact. When it happens, you can either run around looking for a wall port or looking for your spare batteries, your car charger, or you can use a very cool, very small Altoids tin to recharge your devices. Here's how you can make your own Altoids Minty Boost.
There are lots of things you can buy to recharge your gadgets, but they're often either rechargeable packs that lose their juice over time, or they're cheaply made or just overly large. But the technology required to charge a smartphone, a music player, tablet, or other device through a USB cable isn't all that complicated. In fact, you could probably wire it yourself, and that's exactly where Minty Boost comes in. In one sense, Minty Boost is just a very cool looking recharger kit, one that fits inside an Altoids gum tin, which in turn fits in any pocket. But see if you can buy or borrow a soldering gun, because by adding your own resistors, transistors, jumpers, and other bits to a tiny circuit board, you can get an inside look at how the gadgets you own actually work and charge themselves. There's a lot of help and support available for anyone wondering why, for instance, their tin is getting extremely hot while their phone remains uncharged. In fact, Minty Boost is such an open project, you could probably assemble the whole thing with the instructions provided if you knew where to look for the parts. But the kit runs about $20 with replacement parts available, and it's a weekend project with a really nice payoff, one that could save you if you're on the edge of running out of juice.
So nobody really likes CDs these days. It's a pain. Everything you have is on your computer as MP3s, but chances are that the speakers on your computer aren't the best speakers in your house.
Yeah, mine are terrible.
Right, so you want to be able to wirelessly stream that music to your various speakers in your house. You get sort of multi-room streaming, but it actually is pretty easy to do that. You can use something like Apple's Airport Express. This is a wireless router that basically you can plug into your home theater. You hook it up to your network, and then you can plug in an analog or an optical output.
Can you put it in lots of rooms, or is it just one?
You can put it in several rooms. I've got mine hooked up to my home theater, to my bedroom, and to my computer. You can control it all via iTunes, and you can control that actually using your iPhone, your iPad, and even Android.
Oh wow.
So it's really flexible, and you've got a lot of options for really cool things you can do with it.
Awesome. You can spend a whole lot of money buying charging stations online or in a local store, but you can save a lot by just doing it yourself. And it's really easy to do. You can use any kind of box-like thing and just make a hole in it, put a power strip in, and plug it in. And then you can put just your device chargers for your iPhone or Android phone or whatever it is that you want to charge, and just kind of make something yourself. Now, we've featured a lot of these different options where people have taken their packaging or jewelry boxes or whatever and made their own do-it-yourself charging stations. They're easy to do, you can figure them out yourself.
And the nice part about it, right, Adam, is that you actually have a choice. You have a lot of flexibility in what your little nice charging station is going to look like.
Absolutely.
Cool. Most of us aren't network admins, but that doesn't change the fact that most of us have a Wi-Fi router somewhere in our home. They're great, they're pretty easy to set up these days, but when you're in the other room and you can't get a signal, it's annoying. There's actually a lot that you can do to boost your router's signal. One of them that we're going to discuss is software-based, another is sort of hardware placement-based. So first, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how you can beef up your router's signal with software. The software solution in question comes courtesy of an open source software called DD-WRT or DDWRT. DDWRT is an open source firmware available for a ton of different routers. You can actually find the list of supported routers at the DDWRT wiki. Basically, any manufacturer has some support. You just go through the list and find the device that matches your router, and you can also find links to instructions for how to install it on your router. Once installed, you can do a lot to change the power of your wireless signal, mostly in the transmit power and antenna gain section. Settings may vary by device, but you can play around with it, do a little research, and you're bound to find something that'll do the trick.
So now that you've got your router all souped up, one of the best things that you can do for that hardware is to place it somewhere high up in the room. You don't have to get it all the way up to the ceiling. That can be a little ridiculous, but getting it on the wall so its antennas, if it has it, or the hidden antennas inside of the router package, are easily broadcasting all over the room. That's the best thing you can do. So what I like to do is put a little bit of sticky stuff on the back, something that will adhere to the wall really well, and then put it on the wall. Now the important thing is that you have your ports facing down, otherwise you're going to have cables flowering out of it like an overflowing vase. So this way you have your router extending to the entire room while just keeping your cables fairly manageable, and you can put a cable runner on top if you don't want to actually see them. And that's really all you have to do to get your router placed well so that signal is broadcasting everywhere. And as a last resort, we're going to take a look now at a couple of do-it-yourself options to make your signal better. One method we really like is the windsurfer, which you can print out on your home printer, cover it in tin foil, and have a homespun Wi-Fi booster in just a few minutes. Here's how to do it.
And this is your finished windsurfer. Essentially all you do now is sort of pop this down on top of your antenna, you see the little slots here, and point it in the direction that you want to boost your signal.
Is there a way that I can print wirelessly when I'm away from home?
Say you're out at a coffee shop or a library with your computer and you need something printed. There are actually a few different methods for sending documents straight to your home printer so it's ready when you get back. Here are a few ways to do it.
There are a few different ways to set this up, but our favorite method is using Dropbox, an incredible program that keeps files and folders synced between all your computers. Both Windows and Mac users can use a simple script to monitor a folder in your Dropbox. Whenever it detects a document in that folder, your home computer will send that document to the printer. So, once you have your script set up, all you need to do to print a document is whip out your laptop, smartphone, or other device, no matter where you are, and add that document to your Dropbox folder. As long as your home computer is turned on, it will print the document, and it will be ready and waiting for you when you get home. Head to lifehacker.com to get the necessary tools to set everything up.
Before we go, it's time for the downloads of the day.
Okay, let's see what we've got. First up, we have NetStumbler for Windows and iStumbler for Mac. These are both applications that will help you discover Wi-Fi networks wherever you go. It will give you statistics on those Wi-Fi networks, and the signal strength is one example, as well as the kind of security you have and the kind of network it is. Next, we have Dropbox, which is the wonderful file syncing utility. You can put anything in your Dropbox and it will sync to all your computers running your Dropbox account, as well as to the cloud, so you can access them from any web browser as well as your smartphone or mobile device. Dropbox is really great. You can get a free account for 2 gigabytes, and if you want more space than that, they offer pay accounts. Lastly, we have Connectify, which turns your Windows machine into an ad hoc Wi-Fi network. This technology is already built into the Mac, so we're not offering a Mac alternative. But if you need to do it on Windows, Connectify is the software you want to download.
And that's it for today, and that's it for your tangled mess of wires.
See you later.